Lincoln Riley addresses the state of USC football, but not really. Joey Bosa gets sent to injured reserve, but the Chargers could send him packing at the end of the year. And we'll take a preliminary look at LAFC. Are the black and gold too well rested now, going back into MLS Cup playoffs? Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. So it is November 23rd, 2023. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. It's been a tough year for a lot of us, but I tell you, if you look hard enough, you will find reasons to be thankful. I'm going to go see my mom. Totally looking forward to it. Do you like being in the know about LA sports? Well, if you do, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means, comment. I like hearing from you guys. So before we go through the news and notes, a quick look at the scoreboard. Look, starting off, I don't trip whenever my team loses on the second night of back-to-back games, right? So Dallas 104, Lakers 101. Okay, no probs. LeBron James scores 26 points. He played 35 minutes, which in my opinion, it's probably going to be not cut down to 30 minutes. They had talked about cutting his minutes at the start of the year. They were looking at 30. I'm actually okay with 34, 35, but who the hell am I? Meanwhile, Clippers beat San Antonio 109-102. Kawhi Leonard scored 26 points and got this very weird assist from Spurs coach Greg Popovich. We'll get to that in a moment. 11th ranked Gonzaga 69, UCLA 65. Kazar Stefanovic and Stefan Mack each score 16 for the Bruins, who lose twice this week, by the way. But both of those losses were to top ranked teams. So it's not good, but you kind of wonder if that's going to give you a tell as to how good the Bruins are going to be this year. Meanwhile, today, Seton Hall is the 23rd ranked, USC basketball 230. But as for USC football, Lincoln Riley gave a state of the program address to the Athletic yesterday, and to be honest with you, it was a missed opportunity. It was a lot of spin, in my opinion. Missed opportunity to give some clarity. You don't have to confess everything. You don't have to tell us everything that went wrong behind closed doors. You don't have to give defensive coordinator Alex Grinch the middle finger on Thanksgiving. But confess something. Something, right? It read way too much like a Chamber of Commerce sales pitch as to why you should build an auto mall in San Bernardino. That's what it read like to me. We, as Angelenos, need more because, quite simply, it was a turd-tacular year for USC. The Trojans were under the impression that they would be in position for a college football playoff run, and they're winding up in the Rob Gronkowski Bowl. Why? What happened? And what needs to be fixed? In your opinion, because my opinion is not worth as much as your opinion, Coach Riley. Then you follow it up with a bunch of idiot pundits who are out there claiming that Riley ought to resign. Now, first, Riley is denying that he was ever headed to the NFL. I don't know anybody who said you were headed to the NFL. Legitimately. Never heard a source, never heard anything like that. But saying, quote, I'm going to be the coach at SC, period, unquote. Okay, I'm fine with that. But what other definites were there in this interview? We know he likes working with athletic director Jennifer Cohen. Okay. But what about defensive coordinator? No clue. Did he offer the gig to Utah's defensive coordinator, as was reported earlier this week? No clue. Is there a timeline to hire the new guy so it can help you with recruiting? No clue. Quote, obvious to say we never got our footing defensively. Even when we did some good things, the offense was turning it over. The team just never quite clicked in the second half of the season, unquote. So there's a lot of either obvious quotes or spin that's coming out from Lincoln Riley. And Riley was eventually asked point blank, What has this season taught you? What has this season taught you? Quote, well, it taught me a lot, and it'll probably continue to teach me as we go on and continue to process it. I think it tests your resolve, your patience, unquote. Even Kamala Harris is like, that is not an answer, because that wasn't the question. The question wasn't, did you learn anything? The question is, what did you learn? So we don't know. What did Lincoln Riley learn? So again, no comment as to what the future holds for USC football. No comment as to what even type of defense do you want in the future? Nothing. And those are the two most important factors. Riley was also asked if he would consider giving up offensive play calling duties if it meant he could get a better grip on the team overall. He said he considers those things. Now, to be honest, I don't believe for a moment he should surrender offensive play calls. But that's just me. Riley added that instantly building a perennial national title contender in less than 2 years is, quote, not reality, unquote. Now, to be frank with you, I think he's right about that. I do. But if you're like me and you read his quotes, it just sounds like a lot of double talk, a lot of obfuscation, nothing said in concrete as to what USC has to accomplish in order to get back to the national title picture. Isn't that a little bright spot for your Thanksgiving morning? Why, yes, Chargers' Joey Bosa was in fact put on injured reserve with his blasted out foot. He's out 4 games. It means that the earliest he can come back is December 23rd when Buffalo comes to town. But Coach Brandon Staley said that it is, quote, to be determined, unquote, if he can, let alone play in any of the games for the rest of 2023. There's 3 games left in the regular season once Bosa is off the IR. And by the way, Chris Rumpf is also likely to miss the rest of the year after having surgery. So as a result, edge rusher Andrew Farmer joins the roster. But let's be real about everything that's going on with the Bolts pass rush. They still have Khalil Mack, obviously. This big takeaway is that it is Tui Tuipulotu's time to shine, the rookie edge rusher out of USC. If the Chargers are, in fact, tens of millions over the salary cap, which, by the way, they are, if Tuipulotu could show that he belongs on the first team, can't you easily see the Bolts cutting Bosa's contract? Yeah, I know. He's been with the team for 8 years. Technically, he's 28 years old. This is his physical prime. But he's also spending a lot of time on IR. And I hate to break this to you. The NFL is absolutely cold-blooded when it comes to job security. Straight up. So it is not that much far of a stretch to see the Chargers go hardcore. It's not. Justin Herbert started the holiday season by being extremely charitable. He said rookie wide receiver Quentin Johnston's dropped pass in the 4th quarter at Green Bay, quote, is on me too, unquote. No, it's not. No, it's not. Johnston, by the way, has only 20 receptions in his rookie year. Fullback Xander Horvath also was promoted to the team, but I'm guessing that that's a special teams thing. Quick note, changing teams. I forgot to put it on the list behind me. We'll get to that in a moment. It just broke. LAFC is traveling to Seattle to face the Sounders in MLS Western Conference semifinals on Sunday. You could actually argue that the Black and Gold have Seattle's number in the sense that they have 8 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses to the Sounders, but that might be a little simplistic. Sounds like it's big for LAFC. But the one time that they met each other in the playoffs, Seattle posted a 3-1 victory in LA. So do we really want to go hardcore on either side? It seems like a balanced plate. There's also more than playoff advancement at stake. Seattle built its team around Raul Ruidiaz and Nicolas Ladero, but their futures are unknown. And then you look over at LAFC and you're saying, wait a second, can't we say the same about Carlos Vela? His future after the end of the season, unknown. It all sounds like it'll be a classic, right? But would it be quality? And the reason I bring that up is because if you consider that the entire playoffs hit the brakes for an international stop, where all players were sent to their nations to go take part of CONCACAF or Euro Cup, stuff like that. LAFC did in fact need a chance to catch its breath, but when they play Seattle on Sunday, they will have had 21 days off. So it could be a classic, absolutely. But it could also be a garbage heap. Absolutely. San Antonio coach Greg Popovich is one of those few NBA coaches who believe they can tell you what morals are. You hear that a lot from him. You hear a lot of that from Steve Kerr, some other guys. And I got to tell you, it rubs a lot of fans the wrong way. So keep that in mind for this very strange story last night and see if you felt rubbed the wrong way. Which is okay, I guess, on a day off, as long as you tell your loved one where to put the turkey baster. But I digress. Kawhi Leonard gets fouled during last night's game. He's at the line, he's getting booed. Now, for Kawhi Leonard to get booed in San Antonio, that is absolutely to be expected, okay? He was beloved in that city. He was an MVP candidate. He won titles there. But then he forced his way out by not playing. It was a very strange development. Leonard said he had a quad injury. He wanted his people to handle it. The Spurs disagreed. The dude only played 9 times during the 2017-18 season, completely fractures the franchise. Then Leonard goes, he wins a title in Toronto. So yeah, fans have long memories and they are pissed for a long time. But Popovich, oddly enough, was having none of it. So the Clippers go to San Antonio, Kawhi's at the line, the fans are booing. Popovich actually grabs the mic and orders his own fans to stop booing. Quote, "It's not who we are," he lectured. To which I say, that's exactly who we are. It's exactly who we are. I look forward to booing people. I'm flying to work later tonight. If the pilot is late, I'm booing right in the middle of the airport. Now, don't get me wrong. Fans do some really creepy things. Absolutely. A lot of things that fans do, I'm totally not cool with. Obviously, racial slams, not a good idea. Absolutely not. Running on the field is weak. If you do that, I think you deserve to get tasered. I don't want to see you on the field. I wonder why so many people get a kick out of burning jerseys. Right? What is it with sports fans and setting random things on fire? Give that Julio Urias jersey to a homeless guy. Put it to some use. But booing? Nah, man, I absolutely fall on the side of the fan with that one. Every athlete above high school knows that they have it coming. It's part of the fact check, right? And by the way, even Kawhi, when Popovich was giving that announcement, even Kawhi was like, what? So yeah, sorry guys, let the fans boo. Lakers forward Jared Vanderbilt has left heel bursitis, which if you don't know what that is, it does make him sound like he's slacking, but I'm here to tell you, it's actually quite painful. It feels like you're planting your heel on a tack every time you move your foot around. Vanderbilt has allegedly been cleared to begin progressing to get back to the court, only according to Darvin Ham, that has not included contact drills. The Lakers are saying they'll be cautious, they'll work on his conditioning first. There is no timetable. The on-again, off-again affair between the Rams and running back Darrell Henderson is in limbo yet again. Yes, Henderson was waived earlier this week. It was the second time the Rams have waived him. But then the Rams said, I can't quit you. And then they signed him to the practice squad. But you let me know what you think about this in the comments thread. Talk to me, for example, about Lincoln Riley and the state of USC football. Talk to me if you think Joey Bosa is coming back as a Charger this year, or for that matter, next. And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching, and happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.